What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. This is season 3. I don't even know what episode this is. I want to say it's 6. Yes, it is 6. I just woke up like not too long ago, guys. Okay, so if I look like I'm still asleep, it is. But your girl kind of got a glow to herself. Hold on. Anyway. The episode picks up where it left off last week with Pepsi in his confessional with tears because Giselle has stressed him out. So he's saying that, this isn't his personality. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even know if there's a solution. He's used to being around happy people and making them feel happy. So all the girls gather around. It's a white party, it's cockies involved because it's Marisol's night. So they all gather around and Pepsi is like, I have a few things to say. He don't know if it's real or fake. 1 minute y'all at each other's necks, then the next minute y'all hugging. He's like, what's up? But the thing is, when he's dealing with the ladies, it's very genuine. He's very real. He wants to, as a concierge, make them happy. And I don't blame him for that. But as he's, saying his speech and saying how he's there for them and all of that, Candace apologizes. You have Leah who is apologizing. Well, I don't know if she was apologizing, but she was trying to have a heart-to-heart with him because, when she fainted in the store, she was calling for Pepsi. So she was trying to explain that situation. And in the midst of that, in the midst of all this conversation, you have Giselle and Portia talking, and Giselle is like, well, I'm not apologizing for fighting. He doesn't even live here. He's getting a check. That's neither here nor there. As a concierge, his job is to, with hospitality, his job is to make the guests feel welcomed and special and things like that. When y'all constantly fighting and you're asking him about searching somebody's room for a damn bottle, that's making him stressed. And as I think Erica said that too. Shout out to Erica De Niro. But when something goes missing, it does often fall back on staff. So I understand that. And that could very much so be something that's stressing him out too. That she's going to come to me. Remember, he said that last episode. She's going to come to me and she's going to ask me about it. This is stressing him out. So yeah, it's not a good look on the staff whatsoever. So she needs to be mindful of that. And, they're talking about that, her and Portia. And as Leah's having this heart-to-heart with Pepsi, Portia interjects and was like, well, we do apologize or whatever she said. And Marisol was like, well, Leah was having a moment. But it's y'all being dismissive, y'all being rude, having side conversations as he's trying to share with y'all how he feels. And Giselle being unapologetic for her nasty attitude, which she should be the main one apologizing because she's constantly ruining the vibe. And then you get Freaking Frack Part 2 in their confessionals and saying that Pepsi ain't built for this. I don't think he realized that he's not dealing with regular women. He's dealing with housewives. That's neither here nor there. The way y'all are taking this trip and just ruining it, Giselle in particular, yes, there's going to be disagreements. But even still, with season 1, they did not have this much drama. Yes, they had the Kenya and Ramona drama. And Kenya and Cynthia, they fell out from that trip. But really, if you look at the way that season 1 started, it was not like that. It wasn't. I'm not really going to mention season 2 because season 2, they was at Dorinda's house. They really didn't get away for real. They was on somebody else's turf and she was giving them a hard time about it. So I'm really not going to count that one because it's not really the same. Like I said, they all were not on an even playing field. They were at someone's home. So yeah, they're just dampening the mood and I don't like that. I feel like Giselle definitely owes Pepsi an apology, and for her to think that she doesn't just further proves how disgusting of a person that she really is. So they get down to okay, my mom's calling, 1 moment. Okay, y'all, I had to spend like an hour on the phone with my mama. But anyway, so Marisol is having a dinner. The dinner is kind of in remembrance of Mama Elsa. They're wearing white. The candles, the flowers, the decor is, in memory of her. But they have Asian food out and all of that good stuff. So, you know, it could not be they're all having a good time. They're making jokes about, you know, if I don't get drunk by the end of the night, or if I'm not in the pool by the end of the night, then that means I didn't have a good time. If my eye wasn't black at the end of the night, then that means I didn't have a good time. You know, joking, making light of situations and stuff. Here comes Giselle. So, Marisol, I know that this is your night, but Leah, you had something to say about Portia not tagging you. So I did tell her, go ahead and start the drama. So Leah's like, yeah, you know, you didn't tag me. And she wanted to know why that was. And Portia's whole thing was, you know, this because, you know, I don't like you. You're not my type of girl. And Leah was like, you know, that's fine. Some people don't get along. And that is fine, because I always say that some personalities just do not mesh. It does not mean that there's any necessary beef or anything like that. Some personalities just don't mesh, and you just don't like the person. You don't have to, you know, fight with them. It's just not, they're not your person. So, you know, Leah's like, that's fine. You know, I really don't dig you like that either. But, you know, as far as not tagging me, it does send a message, especially because of what we discussed about, you know, how the internet plays a big role in how they basically move throughout this Housewives universe. There's critics and everybody always got something to say, blah, blah, blah. So Leah's like, what you say is not aligning with your actions. And that's very much true. Because you saying that it's a sisterhood and all of this other stuff, and y'all can all agree that social media is definitely a monster in itself of being a part of this show. So then for you to go and not tag her, that sends a message. Portia, like I said, you don't have to tag anybody. You don't. That's your Instagram or whatever. But it was very petty. It definitely gave off passive aggressive. You don't really have an issue with Leah, honestly. If you think about it, she has not done anything to you for you to be acting like this. Because she then took it up a notch and said, you know what, Leah? It's not poor Leah. It's actually by Leah. But why all the nastiness towards Leah? What has she done to warrant this type of behavior? But outside of, you know, her kind of bringing down the mood a little bit. Because, you know, she's PMSing, she's on her cycle, she has some type of menstrual, would it be a disorder? But she has some type of menstrual issue. So it's just like, okay, she's sober. Marisol, by the way, speaking of that, I didn't like the fact that Marisol was like, if Leah was to take a drink, then she would be better. She would be funner, basically. Do y'all not understand this lady had an addiction problem? I don't know why y'all can't grasp that. Anyway, yeah. Portia, you're being very nasty. You and Giselle. When all of this, y'all's nastiness is not warranted. Nobody has done anything to y'all to be acting like this. And it's weird. And it's starting to be cringy to watch, because I am enjoying Portia throughout this show. But now it's starting to take a turn.
Portia, bye. Leah, bye. Okay, great. Y'all are both buys. When Leah just started talking to me, it was just too much. She's trying to get this housewife Portia energy back and forth. But if I did give it to her, she couldn't handle it no way. If you want to have an effect on the group, be a part of the group, right? All right. I don't feel like you are even connected with anything that has been happening since you got here. Yeah. And what you're doing with me, you're trying to create the I was there moment. I was there because I argued with Portia, or where I showed Portia what she did. Or
oh, this is feeling herself.
Damn things that you've been. Yes, I have, Portia. What does that mean? You're tired. No, not everybody's story is boring to me. That was one dinner.
She's running with that experience. And I feel like that, you need to let that go, Portia. Yes, she said that Alexia's story was boring. She didn't do that to you. And she should have did it regardless, because it was rude. But you're hung up on this one thing and haven't moved past that since it happened. Portia, you're the one who was making this a thing. Leah has moved on the boat. Y'all was arguing with her about it. She apologized and she moved on from it. Like, how long y'all gonna linger on this? Y'all thought she was faking when she passed out. Hey, y'all are the ones who really create this problem with Leah. She's not trying to provoke or have any type of conflict with y'all. The only person she really had issue with was when Heather was trying to make her drink. That was a valid reason. And then she was out of order when she said that it was boring and they should drink and stuff. Okay, those were the reasons. Now y'all just taking this and dragging it as if she's then said something totally offensive or it said something about y'all kids. So Whitney's feedback to Leah was definitely valid. You know, if you're constantly complaining about something, it will turn somebody off from you. So I don't want to forget about that. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, I really feel like the way that Portia is coming at Leah, it's not necessary. So then, you know, they go around the table. Marisol was speaking for her and Alexia and was saying that, you know, personally, they get along with Candace, but then when she gets in the group, she goes crazy and she's the loudest. And Candace is like, I'm loud? Okay, so who in the group thinks that I'm the loudest? And everybody, well, let me say Whitney, Heather didn't want to raise her hand, and I think Leah didn't raise her hand. But then I think Marisol convinced Heather to raise her hand. And it's just like, okay, the girl didn't think that she was loud, then she didn't think that she was loud. I don't know why you need an army to convince the crowd that Candace is the loudest one. Y'all all have loud abilities. Okay, in Miami, y'all girls be hollering. Okay? What they like to say, the Hispanic girls bring the heat, they be spicy. Yeah, y'all be spicy. Okay? So let's not act like y'all just be the quietest ones in the room. Do we need to go back to the Air Max episode? Y'all be yelling all the time. Okay? It was a few episodes where y'all was doing a lot of that. Okay? So let's not act like Candace is the only one loud in the room. Candace thinks that Portia is the loudest in the room. And they asked, is Portia the loudest? You know, nobody wants to agree. But Candace was like, that's because y'all is up Portia's ass. And Portia was like, you want to be up there too. I don't know where Portia got this like HBIC energy from, but the way she was just talking to Leah and now the way that she's talking to Candace, it's like, I'm that and y'all can bow down to me. And we're not doing that. Am I the only one peeping this energy that Portia has? Like she Queen Bee or something? Girl, calm down. You and Giselle definitely feeding off of each other's energy for sure. Then they go to Heather, and Heather speaks her piece about Giselle. You know, Heather likes to be liked. So she was addressing Giselle and saying, you know, you said that I was the number one suspect. And at first it sounded like she was trying to kiss ass, but we see Candace talking to Leah like Heather was, you know, digging into how she feel about Giselle on the bus. So I'm waiting for that moment to come out. And it actually did. Not in the same energy that she gave on the bus, but, you know, she did say it. She was like, you know, you're just closed off to open it up to me. And, you know, that showed with me being the number one suspect, you saying that you can't trust anything out of my mouth, which is still rich for Giselle to say. You cannot be trusted. Remember, you like to add spice and tell lies to make your version of the story juicier from the actual truth. So how dare you say that you can't trust anything that comes out of Heather's mouth, but yet you know what you do? So yeah, you probably can't trust her because you know you just like that. You can't trust your damn self. Projecting. So yeah, Heather was like, you know, when you were saying that I was the number one suspect, I wanted to, you know, flip the table and throw the soup. She don't, you know, standing up for herself, and Candace and Whitney in their confessionals, and they're proud. Heather admits that she was definitely a pick me. She wanted to be liked, but now she's realizing that, you know, she can be opinionated and still be liked. But yes, stop trying to please everybody, Heather. That is not the way to go. And then Giselle talking about, you know, I'm not used to people being vulnerable with me, because they can't. Because you're a surface ass bitch. That's why they can't. And at this point, I'm ready for this trip to be over, because Giselle and at this point, Portia is working her way up to just ruining this whole trip. they put a very bad taste in my mouth. So at the end of it all, I was about to say lunch. I was about to say lunch and brunch. The dinner has wrapped up, and you have bad weather having some good energy exchange with each other. They have the longest embrace that I've ever seen. You know, they're apologizing to each other. You know, they're crying. It's raining down on them. They're being baptized. Portia's crying. I think Alexia was crying. You know, the vibes are definitely good. So, bad weather, jump in the pool, clothes on, they ruin the mics. That inspires everybody else. Leah, Marisol, Alexia, Candace got out there. We just didn't see it on camera. They all got in the pool, having a good old time. They wrap up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, get in their confessional, and, you know, they start talking. You know, joking, laughing. Heather trying to figure out should she hit the blunt or go to sleep. They all gonna go to sleep. Some of them don't want to hit the blunt on camera, but it's like, why? Y'all drink on camera. Why y'all can't hit the blunt? It's not illegal in Thailand, and it's not illegal in all states of America. Hit that shit. Light it up. Do what y'all need to do. But I like to see it end, you know, on a good note. They said that was in the name of Mama Elsa. You know, her energy was there. She brought togetherness. I mean, she need to do something about that Giselle and that Portia. But anyway, so they're getting ready to go to the temple, and Whitney got her tits out, and it's like, girl, cover them up, because honestly, they ain't that great. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not intrigued nor impressed by them tits. So put them up. You going to the temple, just like Alexia said. Did you go to the Mormon church looking like that? Yeah. Put them titties away and act like you know how to act right. So they all gather around the table, and next thing you know, Leah's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to throw up. So she runs all the way to her room, and she tries to throw up, but nothing comes up. Candace goes and checks on her. They have a medical team out, well, not team, but, you know, a medical representative checking her vitals and things, and everything seems well, but, you know, she's dry heaving, she has diarrhea, all these things. Pepsi comes and checks on her. Y'all know she is just not feeling good. So she's gonna stay back, even though the temple was her actual day to host. So she wants to be extra sure, and she wants to go to the ER. Baby Leah has not been having the time of her life in Thailand, and it's very unfortunate. I'm feeling like it probably does have something to do with her menstrual. But, you know, in a mix of, you know, maybe something that she ate there, whatever it is not sitting well with her body, and it's causing her to not really be that enjoyable and be present for the trip. So I really hate that for her, because, I mean, you all the way in beautiful Thailand, you can't even experience it the way that you want to, and you're not getting along with the cast. Poor Leah. So they get down to the temple, and, you know, they give the gifts that they had prepared for the monks. And then afterwards, they leave with some type of paper. But before then, baby, this outfit that Giselle has on it's the outfit, it's the wig, it's the white jean jacket. Girl, what? Please, figure it out. I don't understand why you just don't know how to put things together. She looks like that wig is giving very Tyler Perry. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Let me go off on a rant real quick, because I seen an episode of that show Unprisoned on Hulu, and somebody who has such a big name in Hollywood, like Kerry Washington does, for them to slap that atrocious beauty supply store wig on her head with the blonde streaks going through it, I couldn't focus on anything else because her hair was so messed up. I get tired of black women. I know this is a reality show, so really Giselle chooses what she wants to put on her head. But, you know, on scripted things, when I see women show up, black women show up, and their hair is untended to, Regina Hall's wig on The Best Man final chapters. Are you serious? Like, these type of things really piss me off. It is showing a lack of effort on the Glam Squad's team side of things. At that point, if I was in Hollywood, I would just do my own hair. I will do my own hair. No, actually, I'm going to wear braids to set. Actually, I'm going to have faux locks. Actually, I'm going to do my own silk press. Oh, you know, better yet, I'm going to wear my own fro. Like, we're not doing this. I can wear my own damn fro. I don't need to put on this trashy ass wig and be embarrassed on TV. I won't do that. Meanwhile, y'all putting in hair extensions and everything else for Becky, and her hair look nice and I look a damn mess. I think the fuck not.
Okay, who gonna start first? Okay, you got number 31. I tell you the truth, honestly, good or not good, okay?
Oh, yeah?
It's not very good. It's not so good, okay? Your husband, I mean, yeah, or boyfriend in the future, you know, it's like always broke.
What's your broke ass?
Okay, thanks for this wonderful news. Guess what? You don't have to worry about me even getting involved with this broke man, because he's broke.
He can be a scammer, Giselle. He can make you think he has money.
What you talking about? I mean, don't call me a gold digger. But she ain't dating no broke.
Peps, give it to me straight.
You got a child?
Daughters.
Really lucky for them.
I feel very lucky. Thank you, girl.
Business, good. Family, whoever come to your life, good one.
Okay.
It's the best. Whatever you wish in the future, you think good, you will get it good back. You
Okay.
have a lot of supporters. People will help you. You like to do the donate to help the children or like a homeless. It's like you are alone in the ocean, but you are a fighter.
Yes.
My brother's a fighter.
Not really good.
Mm.
You're gonna have a problem with lesbians.
Oh,
You're gonna have a problem what?
wow. All right. I received that. If somebody tells you something...
Read that paper to me. I want to see what that means. Now, did y'all notice that the two nastiest people of the cast had the nastiest or the not good cards compared to everybody else? Giselle gonna be messing with somebody broke, just like her spirit. Portia, I guess, gonna be getting into it with a lesbian. And she might be getting in her own dungeon, because we know she do like to eat cat. Remember, she like to eat cat, she like to get cat. She told Candy when Dungeon Gate started that she wanted to eat Candy Box. And then when they went down to Bolo Gate, she said that somebody was gonna eat hers. And I guess that was allegedly Tanya. Anyway, I can see her getting down with a lesbian because we already know how she gets down. And y'all know what? I always give Robin a hard time. You know, Robin is definitely brokey. But, you know, her best friend is over here in Thailand displaying the same broke behavior. I mean, she always gave off broke energy anyway. But the way that she was hollering about this bottle and acting like it was just so exclusive and hard to obtain and all of that, and trying to argue and go through bags and stuff like that over a bottle of liquor, broke. Now you about to have a broke man. And you know what? Birds of a feather. Broke. So Whitney is hosting the rest of the night. They're doing some type of tantric. I thought they was doing tantric yoga, but they're actually doing tantric eating, I guess. So, you know, oysters and all of that. Then they start talking about the chef's penis and the girth and the size, and he's Irish. All this stuff that I really don't care about. So then somehow Whitney was talking about how she did, you know, tantric activities with her husband on TV. Y'all remember that because it was very unnecessary. We did not need to see it, okay? Not in the form and fashion in which they were doing it. They were painting, they were smacking asses, looking like 2 raw chicken cutlets, and we didn't need to see all of that. So as a result of that, her husband Justin actually got let go from his job. And Whitney was ready to let go of Housewives right then and there in that moment because, you know, his job was on the line. But he was like, no. Remember a few years back, you said that you was going to retire me. Now is the time for you to retire me. So she said that she actually made way more than him. I want to say she said double. But she made a lot more than him in that week. I mean, in that year compared to the previous year that he was working. So she been working for them Bravo checks. But one thing about it is that you better hope that Salt Lake City doesn't get let go. Because Salt Lake City Well, I don't know, because they still hanging on the Orange County, and I need them to let that go. Orange County has been dry for years. Salt Lake City is only in their third, going on fourth season. It was super dry this season. Couldn't even finish it out. So she gonna have to work overtime. Heather, that means she gonna beef with you again next season, okay? Because she gotta work for these checks, because her husband don't seem like he wanna go back to work. He gonna let her retire him just like he said. So, okay. Good for her. I feel like all of her earnings is really coming from this show and not Wild Rose, the skincare line that is sold in the middle bins at Forever 21. You can't convince me that skincare line is selling. So I'm sure it's all because of her Bravo endeavors. But shout out to Whitney for making that bread. Anyway, they get down to the pole. You know, it's Whitney's night. You know, she real tight on the pole thing, which I love, because I want to get back into pole fitness so bad, y'all. Like, just that, honestly, when I was doing it, that was the ultimate hobby for me. I absolutely loved it. I need it back in my life. Anyway, yeah. So they have some pole instructors who are definitely working the pole. Marisol says she never been on a pole before because she not a hoe, but she want to get on a pole because she do want a hoe. Newsflash, baby, it's not about hoeing. You're associating pole fitness or just being on the pole with stripping, and that's not the case. Okay, pole fitness, it's actually a workout. Takes a lot of upper body strength. One class of pole fitness, whether it be I keep saying fitness, but just, you know, being on the pole, whether it be for fitness purposes, for fun or whatever, baby, you're gonna be sore in the morning. Okay, that pole ain't no joke. So don't just associate it with being a hoe, because that's not the case. A lot of people do it for just hobby purposes, for fitness purposes. There's multiple reasons why people get on the pole, baby. Anyway, Whitney get up there. She show her tricks off. Alexia go and say, I can do that. But then somebody said, I think it was Marisol, said something about her kids. So then in Alexia's confessional, she was like, you know, she loved to see it, but the only thing she could think about is her kids. Them kids. She ain't doing nothing. I mean, yes, she had a little nip slip and her coochie was out. But it's just like, let's not do all of that. Y'all acting like she just out there skin dick. Okay? I don't know why I said skin and then said out loud. But they need to calm down. Shoot, her kids seeing her parents doing tantric sex or tantric yoga, painting, whatever it was on TV, that's going to scar them enough. This is light work. So at the end of the night, it's Candace and Whitney who are the last women standing. They go and smoke a blunt on camera, and they're talking about the patriarchy and all this other stuff. I was like, okay. And then Whitney is hungry. She got the munchies, so she's going through the kitchen and she spots Portia's KFC. Now, Portia got her mouth ready for this KFC to eat with a side of fish or something like that. Baby, Whitney took the whole mashed potatoes and gravy, baby. KFC mashed potato and gravy used to hit, though. I ain't gonna lie. And she took it looked like a drumstick. Baby, she got in the pool. She got to going through her phone, still eating the mashed potatoes. I said, I know that's right. That is the type of vacation vibes that you're supposed to be on, okay? You indulge in whatever it is you like. You know, some good food, a blunt, a good drink. You enjoy the amenities in this mansion, honey. Okay, until the wee hours of the morning. I love that. They have one day left. Leah's still in the hospital. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. I feel like this was a very long review. I don't know how long it is, but I just feel like I was talking for a long time when it really wasn't too much to talk about. Like it was, but it wasn't. Now I feel like I'm contradicting myself. Anyway, let's get down in the comments, y'all. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.